I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
I'm loving my PSVR. I've enjoyed every game I've loaded up so far, but there are some things that I wish were different. I wish motion sickness wasn't such a problem for so many people. I have no problem with it myself, so I don't really want my experience to be watered down just because the developers are scared someone might get sick. Some examples are that I don't like the iris effect, where the edges of the screen darken or get blurry. This takes away from the immersion and from the thrill of what's happening, especially in Eagle Flight. Eagle Flight would have been so much better if I had the option to turn off all the comfort settings. I don't like not having complete freedom of movement. For some games like Batman and Arkham VR, it works to teleport around. I simply view it as a point-and-click adventure, and I'm fine with that. It works. But for most games, I want to be able to move freely and quickly throughout the world. The things that bothered me about X-Wing VR Mission are the slow ships and being unable to actually perform a barrel roll. Now I understand that both of these things are to keep players from getting sick, but at least give me a try-at-your-own-risk option, where the ships are fast and the movement is completely free. In fact, Doom, the first game on my VR wish list, could probably use two game modes. A slower, more restricted safe mode. You slow down the movements a lot, even allow the option for teleporting if you have to, though this would be a horrible way to play it. And also give me an all-out mop up your own vomit mode. In fact, just build the option into every game to turn off the comfort settings for a more thrilling experience. Virtual reality is completely different from flat gaming because it places you in the world. And no matter how lifelike and immersive a game is, as long as it's on a flat screen, it will never feel like actually being in the world. When I play Doom, it gets my adrenaline pumping. It's scary, exciting, and fun all at once. How much more awesome would it be if it were in virtual reality? I've talked before about how much I love the head tracking for aiming. I get a little too excited sometimes with the right thumbstick, and I can flail about and miss a lot of shots. But I'm 100 times more accurate aiming with the head tracking. So aside from the immersion, the difference in control scheme would greatly add to my enjoyment of this game. Even if it were controlled with motion controllers and I could just hold and aim the gun in the same way as Until Dawn Rush of Blood, that would be awesome. That's how Doom 3 on the Vive works. Bethesda, don't tell me you can't do it. If modders can get Doom 3 BFG Edition going this well on the Vive, surely you can muster the resources to make this happen for Doom on PS4. A side note, the modding and emulation scenes are what are making me want a Vive so badly right now. See, we're in an odd place. Most of the developers that are trying VR are just creating little one-off experiences. They're afraid to make the AAA titles because they cost a lot of money and they're worried about losing all that money, not realizing that for PSVR to grow its install base and begin to make truckloads of money, we've got to have those AAA games for it. Besides that, many developers are still trying to learn how to make a good VR experience. There's a lot of little tricks and techniques that go into it, and a lot of developers are having to share secrets with one another or try and teach one another, learn from one another to try and create the best VR experience they can. I believe that over time, The technology will advance, giving us more frames per second at even higher resolutions, and that'll help minimize VR sickness. The developers will become more skilled at creating VR games. Most players will get their VR legs, and we'll begin to see more AAA, fast-paced, and exciting games. Until that day arrives, I'll just keep thinking about all the games I want to see remastered in VR. What games would be on your VR wish list? Leave a comment below. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope we get the chance to have our wishes fulfilled very soon.